girl is about to be kicked out by her mother. She's showing her tattoo to her mom. When her mother sees it, she immediately rushes over. She spits on her own hand and rubs the girl's arm as hard as she can, trying to wipe the tattoo off, but it won't come off. Her mother turns around, grabs a hoe, and shouts at the girl, "We're done, I'm disowning you." The girl turns pale with fear. She thinks she's about to be kicked out and disowned, but no one expects her to talk back and provoke her mother. Now she's in big trouble. As soon as her mother hears it, she lunges straight at her. Look, this man's life is in his friend's hands right now. They're playing a trust game. Not even Thor's hammer can hurt him. To prove he's just as trustworthy, the man decides to protect his friend instead. But then something unexpected happens. He makes an excuse, saying the photographer never gave him the gear. He calls it a tiny accident. He even uses a dummy to show off his skills. Just as he's about to perform his real move, a huge sofa crashes down on them, knocking both men to the ground. The girl woke up in shock that morning. Her pillow was soaked through. Her pants were completely wet too. She thought she'd wet the bed. Then she suddenly remembered what happened the day before. She'd been eating an incredibly delicious bowl of chicken noodle soup. After finishing, she realized she'd forgotten her money. Panicking, she luckily found some change in her shoe, which cheered her up right away. On her way home, she saw a guy drop a bag of oranges. Without thinking, she dove down to stop the oranges from rolling away. The guy was so grateful. He insisted on giving her an orange. He secretly slipped it into her back pocket. And that orange was the real reason she'd wet the bed. The daughter wanted to prank her mom and grandma with seaweed that looks like leg hair. While they were getting ready to eat, she said she'd prepared a special dish. She poured the seaweed straight into the hot pot. Her mom was hesitant at first, but after trying it, she thought it tasted amazing and wanted more. The daughter then lifted her pant leg on purpose in front of her mom. She pulled off more of the same seaweed from her leg and placed it on the table. Her mom was shocked and disgusted, gagging nonstop. She saw Grandma still eating happily nearby. She quickly pulled the remaining seaweed out of Grandma's mouth and told her the truth. The next second, Grandma also threw up from disgust. This girl actually relieved herself in public. Her friend tricked her into thinking she'd gotten an invisibility cloak. She even edited photos to prove it was real. The girl actually believed her. She immediately went into a nearby watermelon field and ate watermelons wildly. When the owner walked by, she quickly wrapped herself in the cloak. Thinking she was invisible, she even showed off right in front of him. But moments later, her stomach began to hurt badly. Her friend told her to just go right there. "Relax, no one can see you," she said. The girl didn't doubt her at all. After she pulled up her pants, she saw a men's restroom nearby. She curiously ran inside to explore. A pair of twin sisters joined the girls' model training class. They were extremely tiny. You had to stretch your legs and squat down just to hug them. At lunch, they looked like little kids having a picnic. The jealous girls decided to get back at them. While getting dressed, the twins combined and leveled up. During post-lunch workout, they hung up like dumbbells. But the funniest part was, once everyone sat down, they were all the same height. Just then, the truth finally came out. Would you want to be friends with these twin sisters? The husband asked his wife what she wanted for dinner. The wife replied impatiently, "Whatever." So the husband decided to prank her. He took a piece of paper from the fridge that said, "You cook? I'll eat." He cut out another note and wrote, "Whatever." He fried a paper that said, "Soup is up to you." He washed a paper that said, "Anything is fine," and put it in the rice cooker. Finally, the microwave beeped, and the paper that said, "Keep it simple" was ready. He even took a bite of the paper that said, "No problem." When it was time to eat, the wife was shocked. The table was full of notes with strange words. The wife stared angrily at her husband. The husband said, "Isn't this the meal you asked for?" "This coach is definitely the best coach in the world." The girl finished her driving test and tried to get out, but the coach stopped her. He put a soda bottle between his legs and shook it. The girl was confused at first, then suddenly remembered she hadn't put the gear in park. When she tried to get out again, the coach pulled the bottle back. She realized she'd forgotten to set the parking brake. After getting out, she thanked him right away, but she left the car door open. The coach had to close it for her, helpless. Would you want a coach like this for your driving test? The guy's girlfriend was about to take a shower, so the guy secretly turned the bathroom glass transparent. She walked in and was about to undress. She saw the glass was see-through. She flew into a rage. She threw her clothes at him and stormed out angrily. Then she confidently pressed all the switches on the wall. The next second, the lights went out. The guy quietly turned the bathroom glass back to opaque. When she went into the bathroom again, he turned the glass transparent once more. But this time, she didn't let her guard down. She pretended to ask him to get her phone. He had no idea it was a trap and obeyed. In the end, he got yelled at wildly by his angry girlfriend. This girl struggles every time she parks her motorcycle. It's not the bike's fault. Her legs are just too short to reach the ground, but she loves riding motorcycles anyway. Her friend was worried about her safety. She secretly filmed her parking. and sent the video to her boyfriend. After watching it, he immediately bought her a new, nicer motorcycle. This bike's stand lowers automatically with a button. Now, no matter where she parks, she can wait for the green light safely. Would you want a partner like this? A thin boy and his uncle were carrying a bed along the road. A car suddenly appeared behind them. The driver not only yelled at them to move, but also angrily pushed the bed into the rice field, then drove away. They had no choice but to keep going. Soon they heard an argument nearby. They curiously went over to listen. Instead of watching the fun, they got splashed with flour and ink, looking completely miserable. The two ran to the river to clean off the stains, but misfortune comes in pairs. They got splashed with mud again. On their way back, they ran into the same car once more. The car had broken down. Without a word, they pushed the car into the mud to vent their anger. Then they had a fun mud fight with the driver by the river. Look, the little brother planned to wake his sister up with dozens of boxing gloves. But just then, Dad rushed over to protect her, so the brother tried to bribe Dad with juice. At first, Dad didn't give in, but when he saw the big bottle of juice at the door, he immediately gave in. Dad put on a giant boxing glove and woke his sister up with a light hit. The sister tried to fight back, but she slapped the wrong person. She hit Mom so hard that Mom trembled all over. Dad nearby freaked out and ran for his life. The brother couldn't stand it anymore and made a suggestion. He told the sister to give Dad a car as an apology, and he already had the car ready. But when Dad sat inside the car, he exploded with anger. To trick his sister, the brother had prepared a paper car. Finally, Dad got his revenge. He tied his sister to a pole by the road. Look, a student threw a note. It accidentally hit the teacher. To stop the teacher from reading it, he quickly ran ahead and swapped the note. The teacher picked up the fake note. It said, "You look really beautiful today, teacher." The teacher smiled sweetly at once, but no one knew the real note said, "Teacher's pants are torn." The real note was passed around the class. It was about to reach the teacher. He panicked, grabbed it, and swallowed it. Unexpectedly, the teacher tapped him gently. He spat the note back out. As punishment, the teacher made him read it out loud. Needless to say, the teacher immediately realized her pants were really torn. She was extremely embarrassed. The student was in big trouble now. Do you think this kind of classroom atmosphere is good? The girl asked her boyfriend to cook for her. He immediately made her favorite instant noodles. But while cooking, he added some special ingredients. The girl smelled something strange, but she decided to eat it anyway. After just one bite, she found it extremely spicy. Her boyfriend said that was how it tasted. Then he brought out a mixed drink from the kitchen. The girl froze after one sip. Her mouth felt like it was on fire. Just a few seconds later, something totally unexpected happened. Do you think the boy regretted it? The boy said he was going to school, but he turned right back after 2 steps. He didn't want to study at all. He just wanted to stay home and slack off. As he was about to sneak back to his room, his phone suddenly rang. His friend invited him out to play. He instantly perked up. He switched from lazy mode to excited mode, but he was stopped by his little brother and sister right before he could leave. He had to use Chinese kung fu and tried to sneak out the back door. Unexpectedly, Mom just came back from the market. In a panic, he threw his brother's skateboard away to distract everyone. Then he quickly slipped back to his room. But something even worse happened. Mom went upstairs and locked his room door. He was totally doomed. He couldn't go out to play anymore.